I see one squirrel. You got the peanut tree.